So today we are going to be doing a segment called The Weird One. We are going to be looking at Transformer characters and their trademark names across all kinds of different figures and pick what we truly feel is the weird one of the bunch. The one that really in today's context is different from what we expect from that trademark's name and how it's been used over the years. So today we are looking at 1989's Pretender Shell, the one-time Decepticon leader, the Simon Furman favorite, the Samurai Warrior Bludgeon. Now today, when you get a Bludgeon figure, you're always pulling from that original 1989 concept. The samurai look, the skeleton skull face, sometimes we'll have a tank alt mode or a tank-inspired alt mode. And while the original 1989 G1 Pretender figure didn't have it, they always got to now kind of sport some kind of sword or melee weapon. So who is truly the weird one in all of this? Now, you might lean onto, like, let's say the Robots in Disguise 2015 Minicon in that little Minicon deployer Bludgeon figure. But this guy actually kind of uses the name Bludgeon correctly for the first time. That Minicon Bludgeon turns into the head of a mace weapon, which is used for bludgeoning in the medieval times, and it actually kind of just works in this case, and that's why he's not one of the weird ones. I use this as I call the Cyclonus syndrome, where a version of a character comes around that actually kind of uses the name better and describes the character better than what has been done historically before. I mean, if you compare Cyclonuses, which one actually has a cyclone motion? A helicopter or a spaceship from the year 2005? And with Robots in Disguise 2015 Bludgeon, he does not get the weird one tag here because he actually does a good job at being what he needs to be. For me, that title goes to another Robots in Disguise. The original Robots in Disguise. The Robots in Disguise 2001 series, which Car Robots was a port of here in America. And we have the Destructicon Bludgeon that came out in the later waves of Robots in Disguise in 2003. And while he pretty much was a trademark save in a lot of ways, although in a lot of ways he really was the start of a trademark save for this Bludgeon character, because that trademark was in dormancy since 1989. This Bludgeon is Bludgeon really in name only. Uses the G2 Hero Tank Megatron mold and given a bizarre yellow paint scheme. And while, again, it does have that ties to being a tank, like Bludgeon does, with all those weird deco choices, the missile launching gimmick, the tooling that even the old toy had was slightly degraded by the time it was brought around to 2003, and a lot of the mold had degraded at that point from that original G2 93-94 counterpart. And combined with the fact that that toy was later repurposed badly, in my opinion, into a cowboy character for the Shattered Glass version, makes it truly the weird one. So that's my take. That's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with that Destructicon Bludgeon from Robots in Disguise 2001 as Bludgeon's weird one. But let me know what you think. Who do you pick as the weird one for Bludgeon? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you feel there's something that truly encompasses that. On top of that, which character should be next? Who should we talk about next in these kind of segments? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you again for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast. And as always, I'll talk to you in the near future.